I never believed in love at first sight. But when I met Deon, my world flipped upside down. He was everything I wanted, or so I thought. I didn't know it then, but I was walking right into a trap, and the only question left was how long I'd survive in it. Before I begin, drop a comment to let me know where you're watching from, and give this video a like to show your support. Now, let me tell y'all what happened. It was just a normal day. I was at the cafe, lost in a book, when Deon walked in. He had that air about him, calm, composed, self-assured, but not in an arrogant way. He looked like someone who had all the answers to the world's questions, and for some reason, I wanted to know them. I thought it was just a coincidence when he sat down across from me, a random guy with a cool demeanor, but the conversation, it was electric. He had a way of speaking that made me think he saw things differently. Everything he said made me feel like we were on the same wavelength. I didn't know then, but his charm was just the start. Beneath the surface, there was something darker, something I couldn't quite place. As we spent more time together, I started noticing things, little things that didn't add up, like how he never seemed truly happy. Oh, he could fake a smile, but there was this emptiness in his eyes. His laughter didn't reach his soul. And every time we were together, it felt like I was the one keeping him afloat. But I didn't want to overthink it. I liked him, and part of me believed he'd open up eventually, but I couldn't shake the feeling that he was hiding something. It wasn't just the coldness in his smile, but the way he would sometimes pull away when I tried to get close. It was like he was guarding something. Then, one evening, everything came crashing down. I was at his place, looking for something I'd forgotten when I saw it. His phone, lying on the couch, unlocked. I didn't plan on snooping, but I couldn't resist. That was my first mistake. On his screen, a picture of him with a woman, his fiancée. My heart dropped. I thought it was a mistake. Maybe a photo of an old ex, but as I looked closer, I saw it wasn't old. The date on the photo was from just weeks ago. My blood ran cold. I tried to shake it off, but the truth was undeniable. He had been lying to me the entire time. I wasn't just some fling. He had been engaged the whole time. I called him, my voice shaking, barely able to hold it together. "Deon, who is she? Who's the woman in your picture?" At first, he didn't answer. It felt like an eternity before he finally spoke. And when he did, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "You were never supposed to find out," he said, with that same coldness in his voice. "It's not what you think. It's complicated." Complicated? What was complicated about the truth? His fiancée. His fiancée wasn't complicated. What was complicated was his lies. The mask fell off in that moment, and I saw him for what he really was. The charm, a weapon, the love, a manipulation. I confronted him, but he wasn't even sorry. He tried to twist the truth, gaslighting me. "You're overreacting," he said. "You were just a distraction. You weren't serious." I felt my head spin. He told me I was crazy, that I was imagining things, that none of it mattered. And for a split second, I almost believed him. I almost fell for it. But then something inside me snapped. I was done. Done being his pawn. Done believing his lies. I wasn't just some side piece. I found his fiancée. I had to. She deserved to know everything. I couldn't let him continue to destroy her like he'd done to me. I told her everything. The lies, the manipulations. She didn't believe me at first. She called me crazy. But when I showed her the proof, the pictures, the messages, it hit her like a ton of bricks. I watched her face as the realization hit her. She cried, she screamed, but mostly she was just numb. I almost felt bad for her, almost. Deon tried to reach me after that. He came back with apologies, with sweet words, but I wasn't fooled. I didn't want to hear it. but the pull he had on me was undeniable. A month passed. I thought I was free. I thought he was gone for good. But then, just as I was starting to heal, I got a message. "We need to talk." It was from him. He was back. And I was still stuck. His words, his touch, they had a hold on me that I couldn't shake. I knew what I was doing. I wasn't looking for love anymore. I wasn't looking for closure. I was using him. And he didn't even realize it. I kept him around, kept him coming back for more, all while I pulled away emotionally. He became obsessed, and I let him. I started toying with him, knowing exactly what to say to make him feel like he was in control. I let him think he was winning, but deep down, I knew I was the one with the power. It didn't take long before Deon's perfect life started to unravel. The cracks in his facade became more and more obvious. He couldn't keep up with the lies anymore. His job, failing, his relationships, destroyed, his image, shattered, and it was all because of me. I had pushed him so far. I had used him, played with his mind, and now he was spiraling. He was falling apart, and I couldn't help but watch. One day he called me, his voice cracked, broken. "I don't know what happened to me, Melody. I need help. I want to get my life together. I want to fix everything." I didn't say anything at first. I just listened, and I felt nothing. Not sadness, not joy, just emptiness. I knew I had broken him, but was it worth it? Was destroying him worth losing a piece of myself in the process? I had won. I had torn him down, but at what cost? Sometimes I wonder if I'm any better than him. After all, I used him just like he used me. The difference? I was the one who got out. But what's the point of winning a battle if you lose your soul in the process? The war between a narcissist and an empath. It's never over, and neither side ever truly wins.
Does Melody regret her actions? Will Deon ever change? Stay tuned.